This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MindLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
This is the Barbados Today morning update for Monday, March the 30th, 2015. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Parents are stepping into the dispute between the secondary school teachers and the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, over the correcting of SBA papers. The National Council of Parent-Teacher Associations will today be seeking a meeting with the regional body. President Sean Gibbs says there's a lot of anxiety surrounding what is happening and they need more clarity. The Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, BSTU, tried to explain why it has decided against marking the SBAs without pay at a meeting over the weekend. Now, President Mary Redmond says CXC has been paying some teachers for SBA work, but gave others nothing.
If we look also at the fact in terms of disparities, CXC is presently paying some teachers for doing SBAs in some subjects. So the foreign language teachers get paid for their SBAs. The theatre arts teachers get paid for their SBAs. Home ec teachers get paid for one SBA only. IT and music teachers are compensated on some level. So CXC there's a disparity in offering compensation for one level of assessment and then no compensation at all for a similar level of assessment, all of which forms part of CXC's final exam.
Redmond says another issue is that CXC has been assessing teachers, which is not their job.
When teachers engage also in marking SBAs, and they send the samples to the CXC, the persons correcting at the level of the CXC then send back a report on that teacher's samples. So CXC is not our employer. But CXC is effectively doing an evaluation on our work as somebody who is not compensating us. Depending on those reports, persons have been removed from the fifth form and from the sixth form.
Meantime, Education Minister Ronald Jones is pleading with the teachers to think again. He is begging them to think of the students first. Jones was addressing a Democratic Labour Party St. Michael South constituency branch meeting last evening when he made the comments. He also used the opportunity to defend the decision announced by Prime Minister Francis Stewart a week ago that he intended to make Barbados a republic. While some have criticized Stewart for making that a priority instead of fixing the economy, Jones said the British monarchy is not going to resolve the country's problems anyhow.
That isn't going to happen. You know, if we need $100 million, where it has to come from? From us. We have to find a way of generating $100 million to take care of our seniors, to make sure that there's medication for our people, to make sure that there's education for all of our young ones, to make sure that those who are poor, dispossessed, and vulnerable can still have a meal on Sunday, because they either have some money on welfare or they have a paper that they can carry and say, this is $120 I need food.
Out of order. That's what Barbados Labour Party caretaker candidate for St. Peter, Colin Jordan, feels about Prime Minister Francis Stewart, suggesting that investors in CLICO's Executive Flexible Premium Annuities, or EFPAs, were greedy. And he has cautioned that the entire CLICO situation has the potential to be the great Barbadian tragedy of the early 21st century. Speaking at a St. Peter constituency meeting in Black Bess last night, Jordan rapped Stewart for the comments he made during the estimates debate in Parliament 2 weeks ago. He also insisted that Barbadians could not be faulted for investing in an instrument that was legally offered.
I listened to the debate, I watched it online, the estimates, the portion of the estimates, where that statement was made. And I was sure that I heard wrong. But as I discussed with, when I read that I heard right. Because these executive annuities that were sold after government said, after the supervisor of insurance said that they were not to be sold, it was against the law. The government did nothing to stop CLICO from selling, but those who bought in good faith are now being referred to as greedy people. And you can hold a piece of paper and say, I have the names. Barbadians need to reject that kind of leadership. That is not the kind of leadership we are accustomed to.
Well, the Prime Minister had more glowing words this weekend, but they came for the philanthropists and businesses who have contributed to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Speaking at the QEH's 50th anniversary gala and special awards over the weekend, he tipped his hat to those contributing to the country's sole public hospital as it continues to struggle with funding.
You're genuine friends of Barbados. We believe that you know the value of this institution compared with the many that you see in other places. We acknowledge that work continually needs to be done to improve all aspects of the operation of this hospital. But as we crown the year of activities to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the QEH, we know that you understand the challenges and wish to help with the solutions. We gratefully accept your assistance and pledge to use your contributions in the best way possible.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
We continue with regional news now. Jamaica Labour Party parliamentarians meet today to decide the fate of their leader, Andrew Holness. The meeting, called by leader of opposition business in the lower house, Derek Smith, followed a court of appeal ruling that a move by the opposition leader to oust 2 senators from the upper house through the use of pre-signed, undated resignation letters was unconstitutional. The court also criticized Holness for submitting the letters to the Governor-General and issued a stern warning that the leader of the opposition is not authorized to submit a letter of resignation for a senator. Internationally now, at least 23 people were hurt, and petrified passengers described how they feared for their lives when an Air Canada plane careened off a runway in heavy snow at Halifax Airport over the weekend. Passengers say the Airbus A320 had circled over the airport before coming in to land and had bounced upon impact shortly after midnight. Pictures show the nose of the plane sliced off, its landing gear collapsed, and at least 1 engine badly mangled. Investigators were probing what caused the incident, but heavy snow was falling in the eastern Canadian city, and Environment Canada had issued a snowfall alert warning of low visibility. 5 crew and 133 passengers were on board the plane. And that's where we end this morning's update, but we will be back again this afternoon with more. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screen play at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a safe and enjoyable day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MindLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.